First, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who are teaching this truth with sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim, that's also out here on the forefronts, coming and proclaiming this truth, because we haven't much time left, as we can see the great Satan, America, is divided against itself. The House and the Senate. Even though we know this is a dog and pony show, that there's really no such thing as a Democrat versus a Republican, that they, that a lot of this is a staged event. Nonetheless, these are evidence, though, that the system is against itself, because, of course, well, we know what Donald Trump wants to do, but is it Donald Trump or is it the Amalekites? Who does he answer to? Oh, isn't his wife so-called Jewish, or his daughter married to somebody who is Jewish? So we know it's those Amalekites who call themselves the Jews, that are really running everything. So, you got this dog and pony show going on, which, the House and the Senate cannot, set the bill, So we got this government shutdown going down, here in the great Satan, America, also known as Basra, Edom, because the high place of Idumea, Edom, it is America. The so-called white man, Esau, is the head runner of it. Amalek being the head tribe of Edom. So, pretty much these Edomites, man, they can't even make a decision, And, well, what is this really divided about? Well, duh. They say that we're illegal, we the 12 tribes, but he's the piece of shit that came over here and slaughtered our people, He's the invader. He's the illegal. But now they want to say that we're illegal. And, of course, he wants the government of Mexico to pay for the wall that he wants to build, Pretty much, though, it's kind of like that Jerusalem wall that's over there to keep the Palestinians out. But he wants Mexico to go ahead and pay for that expense. And like everything else, though, pretty much, the system is collapsing, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to read out Jeremiah chapter 30. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So we're coming together now, and soon going to be returned to our homeland. The northern and southern kingdom is out here. It's not just, and Esau likes to throw the label black Hebrew Israelites, but you got confusion of faces coming in the mix. How do you explain that? How do you explain Latino tribes? How do you explain Native Americans, Gadites coming in? How do you explain all that? So the northern and southern kingdom are coming together because we're about to return to our land. Because Yahweh Shai is about to come and deliver us from this place. But some things are going to go down first, and we're hastening his coming, meaning that we're getting prepared for when we can't come out here anymore, because we shall pretty much be refugees, and that we should, and it's going to be worse than the Syrian refugee thing, which Esau also created that. We're going to be refugees, but this is not our land, not at all. Esau pretty much took it from us a long time ago anyways, So we're trying to get our people to come out from underneath that, get away from his customs. And these are the words that the Lord spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. So again, there's no peace coming here, and like them other groups that go out there say that we're just gonna have a good old time, and then the nuclear missiles come. Now, man, shit ain't going down like that. This is fucking serious. And you now, and see whether a man doth travel with child. Wherefore, I do say, every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So thus this. Hard times are coming, to say the least, and, well, we know who the pale face is. That's the Edomites. Alas, the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So you got to have faith in this thing to endure to the end. The 2/3 wicked are going to be caught up and destroyed in this thing, but the elect of his people are going to be saved from this, saved from everything that's going to happen. You got to have faith in this. Yes, some of us will have to die. We'll have to be put to death because we're going to resist that mark. We're going to resist being microchipped, and we're going to resist Esau every way possible. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So again, that's happening now. We're refusing to salute his goddamn flag, to stand up for the fucking piece of shit goddamn fucking national anthem of Satan, because Satan means adversary. Our adversary, the devil, the so-called white man. Well, great Satan is America. So we're refusing. The chains are coming off, man. And we're refusing. We're saying, fuck you, man. I ain't fucking celebrating that. I ain't fucking saluting that. Eat shit, motherfucker. The chains are coming off thy neck. But they shall serve Yahweh, their God, and David, their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So the house of David is being built up now. That's why we're coming out of the streets proclaiming this. We're also the angels, messengers coming and delivering the message, telling our people to come out of this place. This place is about to be destroyed. Therefore fear not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save them from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, which is what this place is, America, great Satan. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So, our day is coming when we will no longer have to be here. But we got to endure this thing to the end, Stick it out, man. Stick it out, because we're almost done here. As we can see, though, that this system is collapsing. And they're going to cause the economical collapse, We see the stores closing, like I mentioned yesterday. Kmart. Big thing here in Reading, because Reading is one of the bigger metropolitan areas before you get to Oregon. If you're coming up north, a big part of it was Kmart. So the only thing left is FEMA, Walmart. Because we know about the plans to make FEMA centers out of Walmart. So pretty much that's about it. And, what's some of the things? Well, of course, Kmart was one of the few that still had layaway. So, that economically, most people, especially here in Reading, which there aren't very many jobs here, can only afford to do things if they put it on layaway. Make payments. I mean, that's what we would do. So now things are going to be even harder for us, here, And I know that there's got to be more than just me here, which is why I come out on the streets proclaiming this truth. There's got to be more than just me here in Reading. That's a hearer of this word and going to be a doer. That's part of the elect that just hasn't been sealed yet, hasn't heard yet, but needs to come forth, And, that's why I want to really kick this thing off, and, eventually get help, and start commuting back and forth to San Francisco. But it's kind of hard when you don't have the funds necessary, for a round trip to San Francisco and back, spend a few days there. I mean, you're looking at a good amount of money, You got to at least come up with $100 to $150. Well, if all your money goes into your rent, you ain't got nothing left, So, like everything else, though, the system is collapsing, and they're collapsing it on purpose. Of course they are, because they ultimately want to put a chip in you. Want you to take the mark of Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Pretty much, he wants to chip you, and, so this could be the beginning of other stages leading to martial law and pretty much breakdowns, and they're staging that just like they did with the Black Lives Matter and all these other movements set up by Esau to cause the downfall of society. just like they're doing in Syria, arming the terrorists now through the Kurdish regions, and Turkey's like, no, man, we ain't going for that, So, Gomer and all his bands are in Syria now, fighting off these terrorists that the United States keeps arming, because, of course, the Kurds are coming against Ankara, And so we know that that's what Esau does, is he stirs up things, stirs the pot some more. Because it works so good in Iraq, dividing that into 3 parts, And that's what they've been wanting to do to Syria, is to partition it into 3 different sects. Just like they did with Iraq, but, like everything else, though, Russia oversees it, and that's who Gog Magog is. And so we can see that we're in the midst of this war, It's not a matter of when this kicks off. It's already been kicking off. It's been here for some time, because it mentions Libya. Well, we know that Esau went into Libya and overthrew that government. And so we know that, Russia finally did something concerning Damascus. And we know that as that place collapses, so does everything over here. And this being the year of prophecy, we're going to see a lot more. So I hope this has been edifying, and I hope that by all means, you can't be friends with Esau, the so-called white man. You got to separate yourself from him as best as possible, in every way possible. Yes, you have co-workers, things like that, but doesn't mean that you be fucking, as another brother put it in his video, doesn't mean you be fucking going and having barbecues with him, having them over, and celebrating his wicked feast days, and you certainly don't go to the goddamn fucking 501c3 church, because they've been catfishing us with the image of Cesare Borgia for so long. So why the fuck would you worship the so-called white man? But unfortunately, 2/3 of our people are caught up in that. So I hope this has been edifying, and shalom to you hopeful elect, Brakatah, and until next time, Lord willing, be out here again very shortly.